guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Man, I hope everybody had a good 4th of July weekend. I'm actually in the middle of not only an office move, but an apartment move. So yeah, it's been a little hellish for me, but I'm getting through it. But it's good to be back. And today I want to talk about 5 watch brands. You know, I've done 5 watch brands that are a great value before. And I guess this video is similar to that. But it's 5 watch brands I think that need to be talked about more often. 5 watch brands that do bring you great value, but for good reason. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing the Seiko SKX. This baby has been off the wrist for a long time, and I've actually noticed one of the hands is starting to drag on the dial. I gotta get Hansi to look at this one. I don't know, it's probably taken a knock, but it's alright, it's still ticking. And of course, guys, go check out delraywatch.com. Bunch of new watches in stock. Rolex pre-ceramic Pepsi bezel GMT. Beautiful Roger Dubuis manual wine Geneva Seal movement watch in rose gold. Under $6,000. How that's possible, I don't know. A few Zeniths, Breitling. I mean, we have a little bit of everything today. And actually, we lowered a bunch of prices on some of our older inventory in the hot deals section. A lot of watches in there have been lowered to basically our cost. Go take a look. Maybe you'll find something you like. But yeah, let's get right into it. And this is obviously in no particular order. But one brand I think gets nowhere near enough love, and I've been talking about it a lot recently because I picked one up personally, is Girard-Perregaux. One of the oldest watchmakers in the world, capabilities to make a ton of in-house movements. They make everything from tourbillon and minute repeaters to cheaper ETA-based watches, even though most of their production is in-house nowadays. What can we say? I mean, the value is there. You've got heritage, you've got history. The Girard-Perregaux Caliber 3300 is their base movement. Fantastic watches. They just don't get a lot of love in America. I don't know why. If I had to guess, I'd say their marketing department needs to be taken around the back and shot like a lame horse. But the quality genuinely is there. Even if it's not your style, everybody, even if you're not in the market for a watch, just go Google Girard-Perregaux. Go look at what they make right now, and then go find the pre-owned pricing. I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised. Next is a brand that people are starting to talk about and starting to buy, and is climbing in value, but is still very reasonable pre-owned. And that is Zenith, makers of the famous El Primero, which is a good and a bad thing. You know, a lot of people accuse Zenith of resting on their laurels, making too many El Primero variants. El Primero, of course, being not the Primero, but the Segundo automatic chronograph ever made, but widely considered one of the best watches, one of the best chronograph movements ever. Zenith, fully in-house, also a very old brand, have now started making some much more futuristic pieces, some innovation. Whether you like it or not, I'm not sure, but their movement innovation is great. And where else can you buy, you know, a high-beat in-house automatic column wheel chronograph for under $4,000 pre-owned? I don't know, guys. You tell me. Maybe Breitling, not high-beat, not the same level in my opinion, but Zenith. Absolutely. I'm sure you guys have heard about it, but you should be surprised if you hunt down some hot deals what you can find. Third is a brand that I adore and that I haven't talked about in a while, but I used to talk about quite a bit. And that is Roger Dubuis, a small, previously independent brand now owned by Richemont. Roger Dubuis, the namesake, actually just passed away. I think it was about 3-4 years ago at this point. Fully in-house nowadays, completely Geneva Seal movements. Movements that bear the Geneva Seal need to pass the most stringent decoration inspection. So go look up Geneva Seal. Really is something special. Not even all Patek Philippe doesn't use a Geneva Seal anymore, but even the highest end watches from Geneva aren't Geneva Seal certified all the time. Roger Dubuis makes 100% of their production in the Geneva Seal. Very small production, less than 3,000 or 4,000 watches a year. I currently do have one on delraywatch.com with box and papers in solid gold with a Geneva Seal movement for less than $6,000. Yes, their look isn't for everybody, but horologically speaking, I don't know if there's a better bang per buck in the entire market. Obviously, I'm selling one and I'm disclosing it, but I've been talking about them for years. If you like the designs, they're definitely worth a look. And if you don't like the designs, just look up their movements. Truly exquisite stuff. Now, a more affordable watch, a watch that's also been going up in price, a brand that's been going up in price, but Nomos, a brand that is also fully in-house now. Yes, one of their movements is based on a Passot, but it is fully produced in-house with some modifications. German watchmaking here, generally pre-owned, can be had under $2,000. Machine finishing, not hand-finished, but beautifully made, Bauhaus style, manual wind, truly watch geek stuff. And their higher end production nowadays is also nothing to kind of laugh at. For $2,000, would you rather get a Nomos or a high-end Tissot or a time-only Longines, maybe a Baume Mercier? I'd go Tissot. All things considered, I would go with a time-only Tissot. Did I just say Tissot? Correction, Nomos, sorry about that. Nomos is the winner. I'd go with a time-only Nomos over a time-only Baume Mercier, Longines, even lower-end Cartier most of the time. Nomos is the king of that price point, not Tissot. Tissot makes nice watches, but we're talking about Nomos. Take a look. I'm sure you guys have also probably heard of it if you're a watch geek. But this is a watch that even if I had a collection worth hundreds of thousands, I'd still like to wear a Nomos from time to time. It's that cool. And then last, probably the most expensive one, but a brand that isn't really talked about that often, and that is DeBethune, one of the true independents. When you talk about independent watchmakers, of course there's always F.P. Journe, there's H. Moser, which I talk about often, there's brands that have become much more popular lately, like Kari Voutilainen, great watches, you've got George Daniels, of course, lots of independents, but DeBethune, with their kind of space age, their newer space age designs, is ignored. Not always fully in-house, even though now they are. They used to use a lot of, I believe, Vaucher movements. The old DeBethunes look nothing like the current ones, which are kind of Star Trek-y. But if you go hunt down the old DeBethune watches, you still get something very finely made that looks nothing like the current production, even though it shares the name. And it's just super quirky, because they also don't make a lot of watches, probably less than $1,000 a year if I had to guess. And those older production ones, which are inexpensive relatively right now, I mean, you're still talking close to $10,000, even over, I think are going to be worth a bundle in a few years to come. Anyway, guys, those are the brands I wanted to talk about today. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any content. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.